Products, they fail for many reasons, but one often left undiscussed is launching too early. So today's question, can you move too fast shipping your MVP? And if so, will it backfire? Have you ever asked yourself this and wondered whether your product really needs to be complete before you bring it to market? If so, this video is for you. I'm John, and I've led global product teams and profitable product portfolios in the billions as a founder, startup executive, Big Four consultant, and Fortune 100 product leader. And I can confidently say that there is such a thing as launching too early. I'll also admit, rushing a product to market, especially a minimum viable product, it can be really tempting. The thought of your customers' excitement as they feel the magic can be seductive. Unfortunately, it's the rushing part that often leads to failure, as you'll hear in the story I share in this video. So my promise to you, stick with me, and through the story of the Ford Pinto, you will learn how to balance speed with quality and when an early launch is just too early. And make sure to stay until the end to hear how you can prepare for, manage, and make it through the inevitable compromises that come with an early minimum viable product. Are you ready to get your product on? Safety doesn't sell. Lee Iacocca, former CEO of Ford. I've been at the intersection of two massive forces about to collide, in situations where you can see the worst unfolding due to compromise, yet you're powerless to stop the impending disaster. It's a tough spot, especially when you see it coming and you know how to avoid it. The collision of the American and Japanese automotive industries in the 1960s is one such intersection in history. A collision that resulted in the fall of automotive titans and changed the world of automotive products forever. In this case, the collision forced Ford into a significant product transformation. With that, let's jump in the time machine and head back to the 1960s, a time of global economic upheaval, the Cold War, the Japanese automotive awakening, and the tragedy of the Ford Pinto. I wonder what the Ford factory looked like back then. In the late 1960s, Ford Motor Company was feeling the heat. Compact, fuel-efficient cars from Japanese and European automakers were rapidly capturing market share here in the US. At the same time, Ford was suffering from a series of missteps and facing financial difficulties. Their product pipeline was flatlining, and the company was desperate for a hit to revive its fortunes. Enter Lee Iacocca, Ford's dynamic executive vice president who envisioned the Ford Pinto as the company's savior. Iacocca's directive was as ambitious as it was bold. The Pinto had to be developed and launched in an unprecedented 25 months, a stark contrast to the typical 43 to 50-month development cycle at Ford. Ever had your leadership put that kind of pressure on you? I have. Definitely not fun. An aggressive timeline driven by the urgent need to compete and to quickly address the company's financial challenges while mitigating a sinking stock price. The company desperately needed a compact, low-cost, high-volume vehicle to stem the tide. Unfortunately, Robert Alexander, the chief engineer for the Pinto project, had to make numerous compromises due to the pressure. One such compromise was placing the fuel tank behind the rear axle, a design choice that saved time and money, but had dire implications. The pressure to launch the Pinto was immense, and while pressure can be a positive force in product development, serious compromises should not be the outcome. And guess what? Robert Alexander, he met the timeline. I bet he was relieved. The product shipped, and it seemed Ford's product transformation had paid off. When the Ford Pinto rolled off the production line and hit the market in 1970, Iacocca felt a rush of triumph. He watched with pride as the sleek, compact cars filled dealership lots and customers flocked to buy them. The Pinto's affordability and style seemed like a winning combination. Sales figures climbed, and for a brief moment, it appeared that Ford had a hit on its hands. But beneath the surface, there was tension. Reports of fiery accidents began to trickle in, turning tension into fear. As investigative journalists unearthed internal memos revealing Ford's awareness of safety issues, Iacocca's triumph turned to horror. The public was outraged. The Pinto, once a symbol of hope, became a symbol of corporate negligence and greed and a major failure in Ford's product transformation. Iacocca watched helplessly as the Pinto's reputation crumbled. By 1977, under mounting pressure, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration forced Ford to recall 1.5 million Pintos. Numerous lawsuits followed, with juries awarding substantial punitive damages to victims' families. The scandal was a crushing blow not just to Ford's bottom line, but to its very soul, a clear indication the product was shipped too early and without sufficient testing. It's clear Ford was under immense pressure. Pressure from investors, dealers, the market, customers, and its own leadership team. Pressure requiring significant changes to product development processes and its product pipeline. Unfortunately, Ford failed and customers suffered in this case. Speed can never trump safety, especially when it comes to automobiles. As a product manager, I take 5 lessons and actionable insights from the story of the Pinto. 1. Plan for disruption. Disruption will happen, and you will never know precisely when. Therefore, rather than get caught off guard and then be forced to push a product out the door, stay vigilant. Be a student of the market. Competitors, they never sleep. Don't wait for them to make a move. Stay one step ahead. Stay paranoid. Build resilience into your product pipelines. 2, continuously transform. Most companies wait until a crisis hits to transform. That's clearly too late, especially when it comes to product management and a product pipeline for things like automobiles. Rather than making product transformations an event, make product transformation a continuous process. 3, never compromise quality. For product companies, quality is paramount. If your product quality slips, trust in your product and brand will evaporate. Compromising quality, as Ford did, is a big mistake. One failed product like the Pinto can take years to recover from. I remember as a kid, people would say Ford stands for found on-road debt. Rushing a product to market without thorough testing can result in unforeseen consequences. Speed can actually kill. Build accountability into the system. Many times, one person can push through an early and untested release. One person, the CEO included, should not have this power. The company, leadership, and the team engaged in product development must be willing to hold each other accountable. I wonder what the Pinto pre-release decision looked like at Ford. And 5, manage trade-offs like your life depends on it, because sometimes it might. While speed to market is important, it should not come at the expense of quality and safety. Striking a balance between timely release and quality product development is crucial for long-term success. Trade-offs do happen, but they should never come at the expense of safety, quality, or user experience. Trust is earned in drops, and it's lost in buckets. The story of the Ford Pinto is a powerful reminder that pushing a product to market early with significant compromises made will undermine success. Product managers must balance the urgency to deliver with a commitment to quality, safety, and customer needs. History, it provides rich lessons, especially about the rise and fall of industry titans, product successes and failures, and how companies deal with disruption and transformation. As a product leader and manager, I've personally led and participated in major transformations of product companies. Those who do it best do it continuously and are future-oriented. Those who struggle wait until a crisis occurs and create a major change initiative. Products born out of panic, they rarely solve the crisis they're intended to address. Stay paranoid, push yourself to transform, and never compromise on product quality. Keep your company from becoming a machine designed to maintain the status quo. If you'd like to hear more and learn from more stories like these, hit like and subscribe. Thanks.